You are now listening to Mike's Opinion, Logic Unleashed.
That's right. You are now listening to and watching the Mike's Opinion podcast. Thank you so much for listening and watching on YouTube. You know, I appreciate you. This episode is for the lovers. This episode is for the gamblers. This is the episode for lovers who like to gamble and gamblers who gamble on love. Valentine's Day and the Super Bowl are the topics today, but first, before we get started, you know I always want to know, how are you doing? How are you doing? I hope you are doing well. I hope you're doing okay. Super Bowl Sunday is upcoming this coming Sunday. I believe it's the 11th day of February 2024. And are you excited? Shortly thereafter, I believe it's the 14th, is Valentine's Day. What you think about that? You know, I was thinking about it, and you know, there are people that probably kicked it at the Grammys, took a slow road trip to Vegas. You know, those who got the disposable time and disposable money. And for some people, it's their business. It's what they do. Right? Are you one of those people? If you are, support the show, please. Like, share, comment, follow, subscribe. Do all that. You got no change in your pocket? Go right there to the show notes. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, GoFundMe is out there. Your support is always greatly appreciated. And as a matter of fact, I didn't wear it because it's a little wrinkled. Even though I have several, but copy some merch. Get you one of these lovely Mike's Opinion podcast t-shirts. Logic Unleashed. The green screen thing is messing this shit up. But you know, get you one of these. It's on, and you can get it in many different colors. Mike's Opinion podcast t-shirt. I don't know, you know, the orientation is jacked up. Mike's Opinion, and then on the back, I don't know if I ever showed y'all the back. Logic Unleashed, and you can just take your phone and scan iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, Stitcher. Yeah, you can do that. So copy the shirt. Like I said, it comes in, you know, lots of colors, sizes for everybody. You can get hats, mugs, pens. You can get all kind of stuff with the Mike's Opinion podcast branding on it, and it'd be greatly appreciated. A great way to support. I don't make a lot of money when you buy these this merchandise, but it does, you know, help support and help spread the show. So get you some merch. Get you some merch for your special someone for Valentine's Day. And they may go, yo, what's this? Why you give me some Mike's Opinion podcast merch? I'll tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. Tell them to watch this episode. And if you get somebody Mike's Opinion podcast merch to the receiver of that Mike's Opinion podcast merch, this message is for you. The person that gave you that loves to give you quality merchandise. They like edutainment, and they probably love you. And at least they like you. They like you well enough to give you a gift, and the gift don't matter. You know, did you want something fancy, you know, gold or diamonds or a car or whatever? It's the thought that counts, not the item. And if you one of those, maybe you too materialistic. I don't know, maybe. just maybe. Just saying, I'm not here to judge nobody. Ooh, excuse me. Just had a little snacky snack. Had some Asiago cheese on some club crackers. It's delicious. Nice little snacky snack. Anyway, so I hope 2024 is treating you well so far. I hope you're doing all right. Me, I'm making it one day at a time. One day at a time. That's all I could do, right? So any of us could do one day at a time. Doing my best, putting my best foot forward. So I'm going to start with the upcoming event Sunday. Not that I'm doing it in, you know, chronological order, but I just wanted to start with the Super Bowl because, not a whole lot I have to say about it. I don't think. And in a moment, I'm going to give you my prediction who I think is going to win Super Bowl 58. Super Bowl 58, if you don't know, um, is going to be held in Nevada, Las Vegas, more specifically, Las Vegas, Nevada. And, I read a lot, check out news and stories, and I'm reading a book by Travis Walton, finishing a book. I'm almost finished Fire in the Sky. I suggest you check it out, True Life Account about a UFO abduction. But I got an autographed copy. He wrote me a nice little note. It's really nice. Shout out to Travis Walton. Um, and that's not a promotion, as you know. I'm not supported. I don't read ads for anybody. So yeah, that's that. Um, but the Super Bowl, according to my research, has never been held in Las Vegas. Las Vegas just got, I think it's called Allegiant Stadium in 2020. And in fact, the Super Bowl has never been held in the state of Nevada. Probably a good reason why, I would imagine. Las Vegas is well known as Sin City, and it was branded, I guess, many years ago now. As you know, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, which means your sins and the dirty deeds that you do ain't nobody gonna tell nobody. All right. So, like I said, I was watching the news, reading around, just looking around, and Joe Buck, who's an announcer for many sports broadcasts, predicts that something very bad is going to happen. Now, when I read that, he wasn't specific. He said he don't know what's going to happen, but he said something awful, big, big bad, like big bad is going to happen. And I was like, yo, Joe, why you think that? I was thinking to myself, and you know, there's a reason why sports, live sports, especially huge, arguably the biggest American sporting event for sure. Soccer's pretty big all around the world. World Cup's coming here to the Dallas, Texas area where I currently reside. But prostitution, the hoes. No disrespect. Um, Gambling, people getting rah-rah. So the Super Bowl draws all types. Lots of money people coming through. Lots of people trying to get money. Lots of people trying to get notoriety or fame or build relationships. Lots of big businesses going on. Lots of activity is going on. So you pair that with you know young rich people. What you got? You have the potential recipe for some shit to go awry, like big time awry. So I understand where Joe was coming from. However, I thought it was a little pessimistic, a little glass is half empty perspective. Sometimes they say you can speak things into existence. I just don't think that was too cool to say something bad is going to happen. So let's hope not. Let's hope that everybody is on their best bad behavior, and that everybody has a good time and there's no problems. But you probably, I think weed is legal, alcohol is legal, prostitution is legal, I believe, especially if not in Vegas, in certain parts of Nevada. Um, I mean, reluctantly, it does have the potential, but doesn't everywhere though? Doesn't every place? I mean, alcohol flows freely in the United States, and drugs, and well, so does violence for that matter. So I guess let's just hope. Say a little prayer. Let's hope that all is good for everybody at Super Bowl 58 in Las Vegas. Now, if you haven't heard, Usher, Usher, or Usher used to be Usher Raymond. Usher's doing a halftime show, and he's had a residency in Vegas for a while. I don't know if that's ended yet, but he just announced a new tour as well. So perhaps his residency in Vegas has ended. But I haven't seen a bad critique, a bad comment, a bad review about that show. Usher been doing it for a long time, and he is the consummate entertainer. He likes to entertain. You can tell he enjoys what he does. So big ups to Usher. I don't know if it's gonna be any surprise features or guests, that come through. If he's gonna throw on the roller skates, if you're gonna sing Yeah, if you're gonna bring out Luda and Lil Jon, that's one of his biggest hits, if not his biggest hit. So I would imagine they may come through to either begin or close out the set. But so there's that. Now, I love Usher's music. Don't get me wrong. Usher's great entertainer and all that. But compared to Michael Jackson or Prince, to me, Prince was still the number one. It rained, purple rain at his Super Bowl show. So you can't top that. You just can't top that to me. It was bananas. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Rest in peace to the purple one, Prince, and Michael Jackson for that matter. Whew, it's crazy. Um, who we got? We got Brock Purdy and the San Francisco 49ers versus Patrick Mahomes, Mahomie, and the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, surprisingly, y'all know I do a little bit of research for all the episodes, right? So surprisingly, San Francisco is the favorite. I know, right? I was like, what? They betting against Mahomes? Mahomie? Can he go back to back? Look, I mean, you say what you want, but I've heard announcers call him the golden child. He's special. He's different. He's amazing. And he's been doing it. A lot of people in the AFC don't want him to dominate because they had 20 years of Tom Brady dominating. They want to mix it up. They don't want to say the same greatness on display year after year after year. But can you hate on greatness? I mean, come on. That's probably no easy feat, to win as many Super Bowls as Tom Brady has, and to be doing it at such a young stage in his career, that being Patrick Mahomes. However, yeah, there's always something, right? I don't know that I've heard any stories about Brock Purdy, but I live in Texas. I don't know if this was national news. I would imagine it is. But in Tyler, Texas, which is east of the Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex, one Patrick Mahomes Sr. was arrested for his third DUI. And I know you're like, I don't do fluff or gossip. I'm like, but this is it's related. Because I'm thinking Patrick Mahomes' dad, Patrick Mahomes Sr., was at one of the playoffs games. I don't know much about it. It appears that Patrick Mahomes Jr.'s father is in his life. He was at the game. Excuse me. And it's got to be a distraction. It's like your pops again. And I was talked about this with a few people, and if my son or my daughter was super famous, super rich, like Patrick Mahomes is, and I've been drinking, I've been indulging in whatever, I'm going to have a driver. I'm probably just going to have a driver if I know I like to party and get down like that. And Patrick Mahomes Sr. is a former pro ball player, so it just wasn't a smart move, especially in Texas. more specifically in Tyler, Texas. They checking. They looking. Yeah. So could that distraction contribute to Patrick Mahomes Jr. not having the best performance in the Super Bowl? Perhaps. Maybe the sports books, the bookies out there know something. Maybe he's rattled because he got to deal with Pops, the third DUI. And like I said, I don't like really even putting people's business out there like that, but it is definitely related. And I just wonder, how close is he to his Pops? Is this going to bother him? You know, I mean, his Pops got to be, I would imagine, apologetic, but we're going to see because Patrick Mahomes been balling out. There was a time in the season that, they didn't think maybe the Kansas City Chiefs was going to make the playoffs. Then you add to the fact that I believe his tight end, Travis Kelce, whose fame percentage has skyrocketed because he is dating none other than recent Grammy winner, Taylor Swift. And there's a big thing because she's got a concert obligation in Japan, and she's gonna make it back because she have room. There's there parking space for her private jet and the whole nine, right? Problems. Where can I park my jet? The parking lot is full for my parking for my private jet. Ugh. Wouldn't you like to have those kind of problems? Anyway, so there's a lot of activity. Kelsey is Mahomes' favorite receiver by far, and Kelsey gets open and he performs. It's working. Like the old San Francisco's, Montana Rice combination. It's working. So my prediction for Super Bowl 58 in Las Vegas, Nevada, at Allegiant Stadium Sunday is the Kansas City Chiefs by 14, by 2 touchdowns. That's what I think it's going to be. A lot of times, not lately, but a lot of times, the Super Bowls are like snoozes. It's usually a blowout. It's not an exciting game. Last few games, though, has been exciting. I anticipate this one to be exciting as well. I think the boys are going to come ball, and it should be a good. If there's any blowout, I think Kansas City is just going to blow out San Francisco. Disappointed Dallas Cowboys didn't make it. Shout out to Dak, CeeDee Lamb and them. It would have been nice if they would have been in it, but they're not. Maybe next season, which Dallas Cowboy fans have been saying for 20 plus years now. But it is what it is, right? If I move to Seattle, Washington next week, I'm going to be a Seattle Seahawks fan. And that's just how I get down. And a lot of my brothers from New York, they give me shit about it. You from New York? Man, you supposed to rep your New York team. Yeah, I'm from New York, born and raised. Always going to claim that. That's who I am. I just, I'm a pop as a Rolling Stone kind of dude. Wherever I lay my hat is my home. So when in Rome, I'm rooting for the Romans. That's just how I get there. So, yeah. Good luck to you if you betting. If you got some money on the game, I know there's so many ways to bet now. I don't, so I'm not involved in that. If you got some good ways to bet, you think you're getting money, you can crack the code, holla at me, Mike'sOpinionShow@gmail.com, or hit me up on any of the socials. I always welcome any and all communications. I appreciate your comments. So, Valentine's Day. Just for the record, I just want to say every day should be Valentine's Day. If you have a significant other, you should not wait for a designated day to show your love and affection. We never know when we're going to go. Don't assume that person's going to be there tomorrow. Most likely they will. Yes, yes, right. But you know, make every day Valentine's Day. Show your love, express yourself, communicate. Do that. So many of our holidays now are just beyond commercialization, you know. So doing the research, as I often do, it is anticipated this Valentine's Day that more than $25 billion with a B will be spent. $25 billion. Florists, chocolatiers, greeting card makers and sellers, stuffed animals, jewelry, top sellers, right? Yo, just speaking from a man, like from a man's perspective, to my brothers out there, to my mans out there, do y'all feel obligated? Like, are you in the store at 10 o'clock looking for something? And just I want to tell you, in any of these Christmas shopping, Valentine, any of that, it really pays to get your stuff early. Now I know that's hard to do with flowers, right? But it's marked up ridiculously. The prices are abnormally high. Inflation is still rocking in the nation. So there's that. But you can chill. You can get a box of chocolate a couple of weeks early. Now, maybe not the chocolate covered strawberries, stuff like that. But how you feel about Valentine's Day? Let me know. Hit me up. Do you feel it's just over commercialized and it's unnecessary? Just like, I don't know, Black History Month, in which the Super Bowl and Valentine's Day happen to fall. Happens to be the shortest month of the year as well. Hmm. Hmm. Coincidence? Perhaps. So you have all of these lovey dovey times, right? You know, when you when you give this person that you love or care about or want to express your affection to through gifts on this special day, how long does it last? Are you lovey-dovey for a couple of days, for a couple of weeks? Or are you one of those true people that express yourself? Do you do like the time consuming creative gifts? Like, do you write a poem and have it framed? Do you get a portrait made of that person, hand drawn by an artist? Do you create some fake, flowers, some floral arrangement that you made by hand? There's a lot of ways to get, creative. I know I've done my share over the time, but I am a giver. I don't know if I believe in that love language thing, but I speak many languages. I'm fluent in different dialects when it comes to love languages. I like to express myself in many different ways. So it depends. And every year, wifey's like, "Don't give me nothing." It's a trap. Yo, it's a trap. I'm telling you right now, if your shorty said, "Don't give me nothing," don't do that. Don't do that. It's not a good move. You don't want to even test that theory. Don't even tip your toe in those waters and even consider. I'm just not gonna. I'll just say Happy Valentine's Day and get her nothing. Now, I'm speaking to you as a testosterone filled heterosexual man. So when I talk about this, I'm talking about relationship between a man and a woman. However, So I know about the ladies. I have, dated and all the whole nine. And um, I just I've never met a woman that would be happy without a gift. They would be happier with a gift. Now I would imagine in any relationship, because I'm not phobic in any way. Love who you love. I don't judge. Do that. Okay. Be who you are. Be you. Any of the alphabets plus whatever it is now, it's really hard to keep up. Um, and I'm not in that space, so I don't have no need to keep up with it. But I imagine it's the same, right? In homosexual relationships, transgender relationships, queer. I mean, all the relationships, all the ships, right? So everybody gives gifts to the people that they care about. So, and I'm sorry. I haven't given many gifts to dudes, so it's hard for me to think like how do you go shopping for another dude? But then I guess it depends on who's the bottom and who's the top. Good luck. Good luck with that. Love who you love. That's all I'm saying. For me, it's just still hard for me to understand the concept. I love women. Females are so special, so lovely. But how much do you spend? Do you overspend and spend money you know you ain't got? That you know you shouldn't be spending, you know? But let me tell you, thoughtfulness, creativity, you still have time. I drop, I try to drop. Most of the time I drop every Wednesday at noon, Central Standard Time. That's Chicago, Dallas time, and that's noon here, and it's going to be 1 o'clock on the East Coast, New York. It's going to be 10 a.m. on the West Coast, Cali. So you can, but it's here. It's a podcast. You can listen to it anytime. So you have time to get creative. You can just write a letter. Now, you know your boo better than I do. Some boos out there, it's going to be like, what's this? A letter? Oh, thanks. I'm just saying, they really ain't gonna appreciate the time and the effort and the creativity it took to give them something from your heart, you know. And we live in such a materialistic, money-centric world these days that you know there are a lot of people out there that not only want but expect extravagance. You know what I'm saying? So, um, good luck to you if you're with one of those type of people that you know trips, jewelry, like if you're not spending racks, they're not happy. I dare say you might want to find a new significant other. Now, if you got it, it's all good. If you're balling out, if your pockets is fat, then do what you're gonna do. You know, I don't know. I'm just like, if we're breaking up, I'm getting that back. I don't care how much money I got. Yeah, we're gonna have to. That was for when we together. We're not together. I'm gonna need that back. You know, I've had girls try to leave my house wearing my shirt. Nope. Thank you for that. No, no, not gonna be able to do it. And you know, I'm basically the same way. Take your drawers with you. Now, there was a time where I used to collect those. You don't need to know that, right? It's Valentine's Day. You don't need to know about me collecting girls' drawers. Anyway, it was one of those things, and I got out with this girl. She made me get rid of the whole box. It was a sad day. It's a sad day. It's part of my life. I should have been able to keep those. I I hope you have somebody during this Valentine's Day. And yes, I'm married, but for all the lonely ladies, excuse me, I didn't mean lonely ladies. I mean the lovely ladies without someone. I will be your temporary Valentine's on Valentine's Day. So from me to you, happy Valentine's Day. I love you. Mwah. And you can just rewind that on Valentine's Day. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got with the fancy graphics yet. I'm a one-man band. Y'all know that. So right now I would have liked to like put some hearts up, you know, or some kissy faces or something. But, you know, most people, I would imagine they do that in post and editing. And I'm not there yet. Support the show so I can hire some people that can do stuff like that. You know, some editing wizards. And if you want to like contribute your time and talents in kind to help the show grow just because you're nice like that, please reach out. Mike'sOpinionShow@gmail.com or any of the socials. I am there. Slide to the DM and say, hey, I know how to do this. I'll hook you up. Be greatly appreciated. For real. So that's it. Short episode today. I just wanted to chime in about Valentine's Day and the Super Bowl and say, you know, go Chiefs. I guess I'm rooting for the Chiefs. For my homie. And I hope everybody is careful and safe and they have a good time out there in Vegas. If you in Vegas, shoot me a couple pictures. Holla at me. Let me see what you're doing out there. I'd love to see that. And for all my lovers out there this Valentine's Day, if you are lucky enough to be truly in love and that love is reciprocated and somebody loves you back, have a good Valentine's Day, you know. But remember, you don't need a special day to show your love. Every day don't have to be Valentine's Day because sometimes we human. Sometimes your significant other get on your last nerve. But you get past it, right? Because you do your own shit as well. Right? None of us purely innocent. We all do something. So it's just one of those things. But enjoy your love. Appreciate your love. You know, and show them some love. Again, thank you for watching on YouTube and listening anywhere you listen to podcasts. I always appreciate you doing so. I'm Mike. This is the Mike's Opinion Podcast. I'll see you next week.
Thank you so much for listening to Mike's Opinion. Logic Unleashed.